Hey folks, welcome back to the podcast, Evil Dungeon Master Universe Podcast. I'm your host, Evil Dungeon Master Vince. It is Friday. It's almost time for the weekend. Gaming is upon us, hopefully. If you got a game going on, I do have one going on tomorrow. Mini 6 Supernatural Hunters will be tomorrow with my group. That's been a fun time. You can check that out on rollhighordie.com, or you can go to my YouTube channel.com/TheEvilDM and you could check out the audiograms, as they call them, there if you want to listen to the first 2 episodes to get caught up. Anyway, since I was kind of in the mood and doing some research for Mini 6 gaming for Supernatural, I decided there is something I wanted to talk about. People liked the last episode that I did of the history and everything like that, and the spooky story type thing. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Thorn Curse, or the Curse of Thorn. It was originally used in the Halloween movies 4, 5, and 6 when they went a weird direction with Michael Myers, and it kind of built up in the 3 movies to this whole that Michael Myers was more than just a human. He was this immortal being that had the ability to not be killed, and he had inhuman strength, and it was explaining a little bit more about his background. So, for reference, the Curse of the Thorn is revealed to be a mystic rune symbol based on the namesake constellation Thorn that could appear during the ancient feast called Samhain, the holiday we know as All Hallows Eve or simply Halloween. To prevent mass death among the tribes, one family was chosen to bear the curse. The curse would require the bearer to sacrificially murder his or her entire family, which in turn would spare the entire community from events such as plagues and drought. This curse also appears to give the cursed inhuman strength and immunity from death. So that's that curse that you can use, and this could be applied to any adventure or game. I could specifically see this being in Call of Cthulhu, but I wanted to include this in the D&D adventure. So I sat down and kind of wrote some things out, how I would include this in an adventure. But first, evildm.com is my website. AskTheDM at theevildm.com is my email address. You could support me by going to buymeacoffee.com/theevildm, or simply just supporting me here on Spotify for, I think it's 99 cents a month. Or you can go to youtube.com, click join, 99 cents a month. You get access to videos ahead of time, special stream for members only on Friday that you only see as a member. Now we got that all out of the way. Let's talk a little bit more about this curse and explain a little bit more about how it works and how it could be an adventure. So, the players are hired by a small, isolated village called Thornbrook, which has recently been plagued by strange deaths and bad omens. The villagers fear a dark force is behind these events and desperately seek help. All right. Long ago, the ancestors of Thornbrook made a pact with an ancient entity during a feast called Samhain. This pact saved the village from a terrible plague, but it also came with a curse. One family from the village would bear the Thorn Mark. This mark forces the curse bearer to ritually sacrifice their kin to prevent disaster from befalling the village. In exchange, the bearer gains unnatural strength and immortality. Now, for the adventure outline for this one, the group arrives in town, greeted by some frightened townfolk and a foreboding atmosphere. The villagers whisper about the Thorn Mark and claim that one of the town elders, Eldric Thorn, has the mark. Eldric is believed to be immortal and exhibits signs of inhuman strength. He lives reclusely in an old crumbling estate on the outskirts of the village. Rumors circulate that he has plans to kill his remaining family on the eve of Samhain to renew the village's protection. Now, for uncovering all this information when they get into town, the players may run into and speak to Eldric, who tells them cryptically to leave. If he gets persuaded a little bit, he may reveal some information of his tortured existence and the burden that he bears. The group can go and look through some town records to investigate some local lore or old tomes that are somewhere in the town hall or maybe in some type of shop or something, and they could piece together the history of this curse. learning that every generation the curse can be broken, but only if a new bearer willingly takes the Thorn Mark before Samhain. So, the party discovers that this curse is tied to a mystical constellation visible only on the eve of Samhain. The constellation is known as Thorn. Now, if you're wondering, the Thorn symbol basically looks like a straight line with a bump in it, or if you turn it sideways, which it is, it's a P with a line extending at the top. That's pretty much the only way to describe it. Okay. So, the discovery of a constellation is known as Thorn, which appears as a twisted crown in the stars. To gain the Thorn Mark, a person must perform a ritual in the presence of the constellation, invoking the ancient entity that guards the curse. The players may encounter factions in the village, such as the heirs to the Thorn family, his descendants who want to end the curse and save their family from this bloody tradition. There's the Council of Ancestors, the village elders who believe the sacrifices are necessary to ensure the town's survival and wish to see the curse upheld. So you have two different type of factions here vying on what's going on. Eldric's family will come to the players and beg them to help them to remove the curse or end the curse, while the council warns that doing so would doom the entire village. So the players have a little bit of a moral dilemma here. Do they want to doom the entire village and the existence of the people in the village, or allow this once a year slaughter sacrifice thing to happen? The party learns that the only way to end the curse without killing Eldric's family is to destroy the Thorn sigil. Aha! A runic symbol etched into the estate grounds. However, Eldric in his current cursed state is compelled to fulfill the ritual to its fullest. Driven by dark magic, he will fight and prevent any destruction of this hidden sigil. The players must defeat him or convince him to allow the ritual to end using either force or persuasion. So, twisting the decision here. So, talking a little bit about the sigil itself. When you break the sigil, I haven't really decided, but this is the other alternative to ending the curse, is either transferring it to someone else, which really doesn't end the curse, or breaking the sigil, which was the offering that they made originally to the entity. Now, I haven't decided that the players, if they break the sigil, does the dark entity appear, offering the players the chance to bear the mark instead, or what? Or would he come out and fight them because of this? It's something I have to flesh out there, but just setting out ideas for everybody to kind of listen to and percolate, or whatever you want to call it. Now, the players could take the Thorn Mark, condemning a player or an NPC to cursed existence. I don't know. They could refuse and end the curse right there and risk the village's future. If the village has a bad future, we don't know that. They only assumed that something bad, like a drought or a famine or something, would happen. It could happen with this now entity involved, or nothing can happen at all. Couple of ending solutions I was thinking about. If the players end the curse, what happens to the village? Does a drought come on them? Does a shadow fall over them? Does plagues happen? You don't know. Now, if they choose a new bearer, the villagers will be grateful but kind of sad, knowing the cycle of the sacrifices are just going to continue, because you haven't really done anything except moved it from one person to another. So, I don't know. The rewards of this adventure that I was thinking about, they receive like maybe something from the estate, possibly like a runic blade with unique abilities tied to the Thorn constellation. Maybe the villagers will offer somewhat of a gold or provisions. And if they end the curse, they may later hear rumors of the Thornbrook's village decline. If they choose a new village bearer, the village prospers. The party must be haunted by the visions of the cursed life they've continued to leave behind, or not give a shit, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how the players will react to that. I just thought it'd be kind of an interesting adventure to put together. Uh, Not as an ongoing thing, as maybe a 1 to 2 adventure thing. They come to this town after a long travel, and you hear about this curse that's ongoing. Now, do they get involved, or they just say, you know what, this is your problem, you deal with it, and let the curse continue to allow the town to do the um as they say, do the lives of the many outweigh the few, or do they stop this thing, break the sigil and break the curse, and maybe fight this entity, or what? I don't know. I thought it'd be a great adventure to do. It gives you a little bit of a moral dilemma. It gives your players a chance to role play and explore, and also have their combat that they want at the end, if such that they go that certain route. Maybe the villagers would once they refuse to help, maybe the villagers will get angry and come after them. So there's that possible situation they have to defuse. We're tired of this curse. Help us. And then they're like, no, it's your problem. Screw you. And then they all just gather up one night and come after them. Something to think about. Tell me what you think in the comments about the Curse of Thorn and how you would use it in your campaign, if you would use it. And tell me what you think about this scenario. I'll be interested to hear. With that said, I'm going to head out. Keep it original. Keep it old school. Good night. God bless. And keep those AD&D fires lit.